Okay, the Tesla Cybertruck has received a new update that brings a major change, making the production process more efficient. It has also just been recognized with an award for the safest pickup truck, outperforming even the Ford F-150. More importantly, Cybertruck sales could increase significantly next year, as Tesla will no longer have to compete with the top rival in this segment. We will also share a few updates on the Tesla Roadster and the Robotaxi, which have been drawing significant attention after recent major developments helped push Tesla stock closes at all-time high on heels. Elon Musk appears to be on the right track with his projects. Let's get started now. As we all know, Tesla frequently makes changes to its vehicles through over-the-air software updates, but exterior design changes are relatively rare. Vehicles are typically refreshed every few years, as the Model 3 and Model Y were earlier this year. However, the Cybertruck is one of the vehicles that has seen very few changes since its launch in late 2023. Recently, though, it has undergone a few minor updates. Wes Merrill, the Cybertruck's lead program engineer, stated that Tesla has made a small change to the Cybertruck's casting process in order to improve manufacturing efficiency. To briefly talk about how Tesla produces the Cybertruck, we all know it is Tesla's most controversial vehicle, but also one of the few models that has forced the entire automotive industry to rethink from the ground up how a vehicle is built, especially when it comes to shaping and casting. This is also the stage that has just been adjusted. Yeah, unlike traditional vehicles that rely on a unibody structure made from thin stamped steel or aluminum, the Cybertruck is built around an exoskeleton philosophy, meaning the exterior shell serves as both the body and the primary load-bearing structure. The foundation of this approach is ultra-hard 30X stainless steel, a cold-rolled stainless steel alloy that is extremely hard, thick, and nearly impossible to form using conventional stamping methods. These characteristics force Tesla to redesign almost the entire manufacturing process, from forming the exterior panels to engineering the internal chassis structure. For the main load-bearing structure, Tesla applies large-scale casting technology, also known as gigacasting, using the 9,200-ton Giga press. The Cybertruck uses extremely large aluminum castings to form key structural sections such as the floor frame, rear frame, and other critical load-bearing points. In this process, aluminum alloy is melted at very high temperatures and then injected into massive steel molds under thousands of tons of pressure. In just a few dozen seconds, a nearly finished cast component is produced, dramatically reducing the number of welds, bolts, and assembly tolerances. This approach not only increases the vehicle's torsional rigidity, but also shortens production time and lowers long-term costs, even though the upfront investment in machinery and tooling is extremely high. However, the most controversial aspect, and also the biggest challenge, of the Cybertruck lies in its stainless steel exterior. With ultra-hard 30X stainless steel, Tesla is essentially unable to use traditional stamping machines that rely on pressing thin metal sheets into complex curved dies. If they attempted to do so, both the dies and the presses would wear out or fail very quickly. As a result, Tesla chose a completely different path. The Cybertruck's geometry is designed primarily around flat surfaces and sharp, straight folds. The steel sheets are rolled flat from coils and then precisely cut using high-power lasers into the required shapes. Instead of being stamped into curves, these panels are bent at specific angles using controlled force and precise folding techniques, much closer to manufacturing methods used in aerospace or architectural metal fabrication than in traditional automotive production. In this context, molding no longer means complex die forming, but rather a highly precise sequence of cutting, bending, and assembly. Because stainless steel is extremely hard and easily shows surface scratches, Tesla must tightly control surface handling from the very beginning of material processing, minimizing any unnecessary contact. The result is a vehicle that almost doesn't require paint, eliminating an entire production step while creating the Cybertruck's distinctive raw metal appearance. Once the steel panels are formed, they are directly joined to the gigacast structural frame and the internal structural battery pack, forming a unified structure in which the battery not only supplies energy, but also contributes to the vehicle's overall load-bearing strength. All of these processes are carried out primarily at Gigafactory, Texas, where Tesla employs a very high level of automation. Robots handle most of the heavy and precision-intensive tasks, from manipulating large castings to assembling the stainless steel panels. Although Tesla has not disclosed specific details about the new improvement in the casting process, Even a small adjustment can make a significant difference in manufacturing efficiency, product quality, and the Cybertruck's ability to scale production. Of course, some may wonder whether this change affects the quality of the pickup truck. Mr. Merrill revealed that Tesla's internal testing shows no difference in results compared to previously validated crash tests. After the change, the Cybertruck continues to meet the same quality standards as before. Next year, the Tesla Cybertruck may also see stronger sales. This is partly due to Ford's decision to discontinue production of the electric pickup truck, Ford F-150 Lightning. The Ford F-150 Lightning was previously the primary and direct competitor to the Tesla Cybertruck in the large electric pickup truck market in the United States. With Ford's decision to stop producing the fully electric version of its best-selling pickup line and shift toward hybrid/EREV models, the Cybertruck now faces significantly less competition. This could encourage many fleet and individual buyers to turn to the Cybertruck, especially those who are committed to using fully electric vehicles without relying on gasoline backup generators. Now let's talk about the Tesla Roadster, another vehicle that many people have been eagerly anticipating, especially after Elon Musk's promises, essentially suggesting it could almost fly. Okay, when Tesla unveiled the second-generation Roadster in November 2017, Elon Musk clearly shocked the world by announcing specifications that sounded like something straight out of science fiction. Oh wow, a car that could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 1.9 seconds, later shortened to under 1.0 second, with a range of 620 miles, a top speed of over 250 miles per hour, and a starting price of just $200,000. Most of that sounded hard to believe, didn't it? The initial demo revealed a sleek, low-slung coupe, but it quickly faded into obscurity during the design phase. Production was originally planned for 2020, then pushed to 2021? Yeah, it has been delayed all the way until now. Toward the end of this year, however, the Roadster is once again becoming a focal point, not as a long-delayed sports car, but as Tesla's ultimate flagship product. At Tesla's recent 2025 shareholder meeting, Musk announced that the production version of the Roadster 2 would be unveiled on April 1, 2026. However, in his most recent appearance on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast just a week ago, Musk reiterated the company's earlier claim that the Roadster would be launched before the end of 2025. Incredible. Elon Musk further noted that the car, due in April, is a much different machine than what was shown back in 2017, which would explain the new Roadster 2 nomenclature. That said, the executive didn't share any details about how the sports car has evolved over nearly a decade. Things haven't appeared to move smoothly, however. According to a report from last month, Tesla recently posted job listings offering applicants the ability to work on the all-new Roadster product architecture while still in its early development stages. Elon also told shareholders that production units of the Roadster 2 won't arrive for at least 12 to 18 months after the April Fool's Day festivities. No word on the rocket boosters either. Members of the Founders Series who spent $250,000 to secure their Roadster production slot will be getting an invite to the April launch event. That's a nice gesture and all, but we're sure they're just ready for their cars. So, what do you think of the Tesla Roadster? And do you think Tesla can mass-produce this model? Drop your comment below. Now let's talk a bit about the Tesla Robotaxi, as Tesla's stock closed at an all-time high on the back of its progress. Specifically, Tesla's shares rose 3.6% to $489.88 at the close of trading on Monday. The stock is now up 18% year-to-date and sits just about 1% below its record high reached in December 2024. The rise in the stock is believed to be driven by Tesla's Robotaxi service, making far more impressive progress than it did just a few months ago. Nearly 6 months after launching a limited Tesla Robotaxi service in Austin, Texas, the company says it has finally achieved fully self-driving vehicles in the city without a human driver. Previously, Tesla used a safety monitoring system in Austin, placing safety staff in the passenger seat on city routes. They would move to the driver's seat when driving on highways. In its ride-hailing operations around the San Francisco Bay Area, there was always a safety monitor sitting in the driver's seat. However, over the past weekend, Tesla truly began testing its Robotaxi service in Austin, Texas without anyone inside the vehicle. 2 Tesla Model Y Robotaxis were spotted driving on public streets in Austin with no occupants inside the cars. For more than a decade, Musk has promised Tesla investors and customers that the company's electric vehicles would soon be upgraded into self-driving cars, capable of operating as fully autonomous robotaxis or completing cross-country trips without any human intervention. Tesla has not yet said when it will be able to operate a ride-hailing service without safety supervisors or drivers in the vehicle, but it appears the company may still have a long road ahead. Alongside the expansion of its Robotaxi service coverage, Tesla is also preparing to expand its global product lineup with a highly notable model. The Tesla Model YL, a long wheelbase version with 3 rows of seats. It is aimed directly at families who need more interior space while still wanting an efficient and reasonably priced electric vehicle. After generating significant buzz in China, Tesla has confirmed that this model will be offered in international markets, with the United States very likely to be one of the key targets. Compared to the standard Model Y, the Model YL is significantly larger. The vehicle is about 7.3 inches longer, bringing its total length to roughly 16.3 feet. Thanks to this added length, Tesla can accommodate a 3rd row of seats, turning the Model YL into a 6-seat SUV with captain's chairs in the 2nd row, a seating configuration commonly found in premium family SUVs in the US. Despite its larger size, the Model YL is surprisingly light. Its curb weight is around 4,770 pounds, significantly lighter than many rivals in the same segment. The battery pack weighs approximately 1,025 pounds with a capacity of 88 kilowatt-hours, using LG's lithium-ion NMC cells. The vehicle is built on a 400-volt electrical architecture similar to current Tesla models, ensuring fast charging capability and stable performance. One of the Model YL's biggest strengths is its driving range. Under the WLTP cycle, it can achieve up to 423 miles when equipped with 19-inch wheels. Even when converted to the more stringent EPA standard, the real-world figure is still expected to be highly competitive. If this range is maintained, the Model YL could become the longest-range mass-market 3-row electric SUV outside of China. Interior space is a key factor that makes the Model YL especially well-suited for American families. With the 2nd and 3rd rows folded down, cargo capacity exceeds 88 cubic feet, about 25 cubic feet more than the standard Model Y. This allows the vehicle to easily handle long road trips, large luggage loads, or the daily needs of larger families. In terms of features, Tesla brings several worthwhile upgrades. The central touchscreen has been expanded to 16 inches, larger than the previous 15.4-inch display. The front seats feature adjustable headrests, while the 2nd row uses captain's chairs with fold-down armrests, making access to the 3rd row more convenient. The 3rd row offers 2 individual seats, each with its own cup holder, and is comfortable enough for passengers up to around 5 feet 10 inches tall. Another notable upgrade is the adaptive suspension with magneto-rheological dampers, similar to the technology used on the Model 3 and Model Y Performance. Compared with the standard suspension setup, this system significantly improves ride comfort and body control, especially important for a longer and heavier SUV. In terms of performance, the Model YL is expected to accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 5 seconds, only slightly slower than the Model Y AWD, due to an additional weight increase of about 220 pounds. This is a very impressive figure for a family-oriented 3-row SUV. The key factor that makes the Model YL extremely attractive is its pricing. In China, the vehicle is priced at only about 10% more than the 2-row Model Y long range. If this pricing strategy is maintained when it launches in the US, the Model YL would be significantly cheaper than competitors, such as the Kia EV9 or Hyundai Ioniq 9, while still outperforming them in range and efficiency. With its combination of spacious interior, long driving range, advanced technology, and competitive pricing, the Tesla Model YL has all the ingredients to become one of the best-selling family electric SUVs in the US market in the near future. Tesla China delivered approximately 73,000 vehicles domestically in November 2025. This figure includes 34,000 standard Model Ys, 26,000 Model 3s, and 13,000 Model YL units, according to industry experts. This means that the Model YL accounts for roughly 27% of Tesla China's total Model Y sales, even though this version is priced about 28% higher than the base rear-wheel drive Model Y, which was estimated to dominate sales last year. Despite facing overall sales challenges in China this year, Tesla's Model Y and Model 3 have continued to post strong sales in the country. This is particularly impressive given that the Model Y and Model 3 are premium vehicles competing in the most fiercely competitive electric vehicle market in the world. Delivery times for the Model Y in China have also been pushed into 2026. All customized Model Y variants currently show an estimated delivery date of February 2026, except for the base version, which still lists January 2026. Since November, Tesla has been consistently encouraging customers to prioritize vehicles available in inventory, an effort aimed at maximizing deliveries toward the end of the year. The timing of purchase is especially important for Chinese buyers due to upcoming changes in government incentive policies. China's new energy vehicle purchase tax exemption will be scaled back in 2026, meaning customers who take delivery next year may face higher tax costs compared with those who receive their vehicles before the end of this year. Meanwhile, another version of the Tesla Model 3 in China appears to be sold out for January 2026, with new orders now showing an estimated delivery date of February 2026. That's a strong signal for the all-electric sedan, which has continued to post solid sales, despite growing competition from more affordable rivals like the Xiaomi SU7 and even Tesla's own Model Y. Overall, the big picture around Tesla right now is pretty clear. The company is entering a critical phase where technology, manufacturing, and market strategy are finally lining up in a meaningful way. With the Cybertruck, we're seeing small but important improvements in casting and production that suggest Tesla is slowly working through its scaling challenges, without compromising on safety or build quality. Being named the safest pickup truck, combined with the fact that a direct rival like the Ford F-150 Lightning is stepping back from the fully electric pickup segment, creates a rare opening for Cybertruck sales to really pick up next year. On the other end of the spectrum, the Tesla Roadster represents both ambition and patience. Despite years of delays and plenty of skepticism around mass production, Roadster 2 still serves as Tesla's ultimate halo car, a showcase of what the company believes is technically possible. If Tesla actually delivers on those promises, the Roadster wouldn't just be a supercar, it would be a statement about Tesla's engineering limits. Meanwhile, Robotaxi and full self-driving progress remain central to investor confidence. Fully driverless testing in Austin is a meaningful milestone, showing Tesla has moved another step closer to its long-term vision, even if large-scale commercial deployment is still a long and complicated road ahead. At the same time, Tesla is staying grounded by expanding its core lineup with the Model YL, a practical, family-focused vehicle, offering more space, long range, and aggressive pricing. Its strong performance in China shows there's real demand for this kind of product, especially among buyers who want utility without giving up efficiency. Taken together, Cybertruck, Roadster, Robotaxi, and Model YL, Tesla is balancing long-term ambition with near-term execution. If the company can keep this pace, there's a strong case that Tesla will remain one of the key drivers of the next phase of the EV and autonomous driving revolution. What do you think of these car models? Which one interests you the most? Drop a comment below. The moment a humanoid robot stands in a kitchen and prepares a complete meal with its own hands is not just a technological showcase. It is a moment that forces all of humanity to pause and ask a deeper question. Have we just crossed into an entirely new era? And Tesla Gen 3 is moving straight toward that milestone. Not in a laboratory, not on a sealed industrial production line, but inside a kitchen, a space designed almost entirely for humans. Elon Musk believes Optimus Gen 3 will ignite the humanoid robot revolution, not because it is stronger or faster than other robots, but because it solves the core problems that the entire humanoid robotics industry is still stuck on. Cooking is the most unforgiving test and the one that cannot be faked. First, it's important to clarify one key point. The yellow and black Tesla bot images with the updated arms that we've seen recently are not Optimus Gen 3. Elon Musk himself has clearly confirmed that Tesla has not yet revealed Optimus V3, and those images show only version 2 and version 2.5, that versions being tele-operated for testing purposes. This distinction matters a lot, because Optimus Gen 3, according to the current plan, is set to launch in February. And this is no longer an experimental prototype. It will be the first fully finished version, polished and refined to operate in the real world. If Optimus Gen 2 relied on teleoperation and even suffered falls during testing, Tesla Bot Gen 3 is designed to be fully autonomous. Elon Musk states that Optimus Gen 3 can complete up to 100 open-ended tasks per day thanks to its ability to learn and imitate human behavior. He even believes the robot could cook daily and prepare breakfast, functioning like a true household assistant. This isn't emotional marketing. It's a strategic statement that reflects Tesla's long-term ambitions. So how will Tesla Bot Gen 3 overcome the cooking challenge? And why was Elon Musk genuinely amazed by his own robot? From the very first prototype known as Bumblebee to Gen 1, Gen 2, and Gen 2.5, Tesla Bot has evolved in a clearly visible way. Each version represents a leap forward not only in software, but especially in physical design. Many people tend to underestimate the importance of humanoid robot design, but in reality, roughly 65% of a humanoid robot's performance comes from its design. If a robot is too heavy, it consumes enormous amounts of energy just to move. If it's too light, it loses stability and risks falling at any moment. And beyond that, Tesla has had to solve an even harder problem. How to make a robot that doesn't look intimidating like a Terminator, is friendly enough to enter human homes, and can still be mass-produced at a reasonable cost. That's why Optimus 5 2.5 was refined with softer lines, neatly enclosed joints, fewer exposed cables, and an overall appearance that feels far more like a finished commercial product than an experimental prototype. We believe the clearest picture of Optimus's true potential begins in the most familiar place of all, the kitchen. Cooking isn't just a series of repetitive mechanical actions. It's a comprehensive, real-world, and highly delicate challenge for any humanoid robot. Even a seemingly simple breakfast like bacon and eggs requires Optimus to open the refrigerator properly, recognize and sort ingredients, lift eggs without cracking them, turn on the stove, control a pan, crack the eggs, add oil, stir evenly, and time every single step with precision. Okay, you may not realize this, but every small action performed by the Tesla bot requires a perfect fusion of dexterous hands, sharp perception, and seamless real-time coordination. When a robot can cook, it's not just a technical achievement, it's a milestone that signals. It has crossed the line from an industrial machine to an entity capable of living and operating naturally in the human world. And this is where the difference from today's robots becomes clearer than ever. The robotic arms inside Tesla factories can weld car frames or assemble components with near-perfect speed and precision. But all of that happens in standardized, repetitive, and fully predictable environments. Put those same systems into a kitchen, and they would be almost completely useless. Optimus Gen 3 can now use a frying pan, crack eggs, cook them properly, and remove them at exactly the right moment, a level of skill that feels almost unreal. To reach this capability, Elon Musk says the engineering team trained Optimus relentlessly for as long as possible. Their goal was to push the robot to a point of true mastery, where every movement is precise and errors are nearly eliminated. That effort expanded Tesla Bot Gen 3's skill set from a few hundred actions to around 3,000 tasks, nearly double that of version 2.5, which was still controversial due to its strange falls during teleoperated testing. This surge in capability is driven in part by Optimus's unique brain, which Elon Musk describes as a real brain, not just a conventional control system. With Gen 3, Optimus can watch cooking videos, observe how ingredients are prepped, or how a kitchen is cleaned, then run billions of simulations in a virtual environment. Through this process, it fine-tunes every movement and posture before reproducing the task naturally and smoothly in the real world. When a robot can be programmed to prepare an entire dinner, the idea of coming home after a long, exhausting day to be thoughtfully taken care of no longer feels far-fetched. Optimus doesn't just reduce the burden of household chores, it opens the door to a future where humans can focus more on what they truly want to do. As Elon Musk puts it, work becomes optional. You can do it if you want, or a robot will do it for you. In that world, money matters far less.
AI and robotics continue to advance, which they are advancing very rapidly. Like I said, working will be optional, and people will have any goods and services that they want.
This is also where most other robotics companies fail. They can build machines that walk, run, jump, even box or play table tennis. Yet those same robots can't peel an orange, wash vegetables under running water, or cook a simple meal. Cooking is the harshest integrated test for a humanoid robot. Even something as basic as eggs in a sandwich requires the robot to identify ingredients, hold eggs without breaking them, turn on the stove, control a pan, manage timing, and clean up afterward. This isn't a sequence of repetitive mechanical motions. It's the fusion of intelligence, hands, and real-time coordination. If Optimus can do this, it officially steps out of the role of an industrial robot and into the human world. Elon Musk estimates that once Optimus reaches production at a scale of around 1 million units per year, its price could stabilize between $20,000 and $25,000. That may sound expensive, but compared to the long-term cost of hiring domestic help, a personal chef, or elderly care, it could be a very reasonable investment. The AI chip alone inside Optimus is estimated to cost between $6,000 and $7,000, and each arm contains up to 26 actuators, highlighting the machine's complexity. History has already shown that Tesla turned electric vehicle batteries from a luxury technology into a mass-market one, and there's little reason to believe they can't do the same with Optimus. For Optimus Gen 3 to reach the ability to cook and successfully pass this challenge, Tesla has been working on multiple fronts at once. Alongside physical design, the company is gradually integrating xAI's Grok voice into Optimus, allowing the robot to answer questions using spoken language. While response times are still somewhat slow and occasionally hesitant, this is a meaningful step forward. It shows that Tesla is tightly connecting robotic hardware with artificial intelligence, staying true to the philosophy it has followed for years. But for Optimus to become truly useful in everyday life, especially in the kitchen, Tesla has had to invest heavily in what matters most: the robot's brain and its hands. Elon Musk has repeatedly emphasized that humans evolved the way we did, and that the entire world around us, from tools and objects to living environments, is designed for humans, especially for human hands. The human hand has more than 27 degrees of freedom, with tendons and muscles working like an intricate puppet mechanism that is both powerful and precise. Thanks to our hands, we can swing a baseball bat, thread a needle, play the piano, assemble and disassemble a car. No other part of the human body comes close to this level of flexibility and versatility. If the goal is to create a truly general-purpose robot, the problem of the hand must be solved first. This is also where most other robotics companies fail. They can build machines that walk, run, jump, even box or play table tennis, yet those same robots can't peel an orange, wash vegetables under running water, or cook a simple meal. Cooking is the harshest integrated test for a humanoid robot. Even something as basic as eggs and a sandwich requires the robot to identify ingredients, hold eggs without breaking them, turn on the stove, control a pan, manage timing, and clean up afterward. This isn't a sequence of repetitive mechanical motions. It's the fusion of intelligence, hands, and real-time coordination. If Optimus can do this, it officially steps out of the role of an industrial robot and into the human world. Elon Musk estimates that once Optimus reaches production at a scale of around 1 million units per year, its price could stabilize between $20,000 and $25,000. That may sound expensive, but compared to the long-term cost of hiring domestic help, a personal chef, or elderly care, it could be a very reasonable investment. The AI chip alone inside Optimus is estimated to cost between $5,000 and $6,000, and each arm contains up to 26 actuators, highlighting the machine's complexity. History has already shown that Tesla turned electric vehicle batteries from a luxury technology into a mass-market one, and there's little reason to believe they can't do the same with Optimus. What makes Optimus Gen 3 truly unsettling lies in the fusion of hardware and software. Once the hands become sufficiently dexterous, Tesla can integrate large language models, allowing users to give commands directly by voice. Optimus could even search for a cooking recipe online if it has never prepared that dish before. More importantly, as we've emphasized many times, Optimus has the ability to learn from video. By watching a YouTube tutorial or observing a human perform a task, the robot can train itself billions of times in a simulated environment, correcting mistakes and optimizing movements until it reaches near-perfect accuracy before applying the skill in the real world. Thanks to this, Optimus can learn up to 100 new tasks per day, and once one robot learns a new skill, the entire network of robots can acquire it instantly. This is the power of collective learning, something humans will never possess. Beyond cooking, Optimus being able to do laundry at home represents a similar level of complexity. Like cooking, laundry is a multi-step process that requires reasoning and judgment. The first task Optimus must handle is sorting dirty clothes. This is far from simple. The robot has to use its AI vision system to accurately identify colors, fabric types, and levels of dirt to avoid damaging clothes or causing color bleeding, a challenge that even humans sometimes get wrong. After sorting, the robot must use the extremely precise hands of the Gen 3 version to pick up clothes and load them into the washing machine, a task that requires carefully controlled grip force, not too strong to tear fabric, and not too weak to drop it. Optimus can quickly learn how to operate a washing machine, after all. It can't wash clothes by hand. But the hardest part is always folding. This is a delicate task that industrial robots typically cannot handle. Optimus must recognize the type of clothing, determine the correct fold lines, and perform flattening and folding motions with precision. Its biggest advantage in overcoming this challenge is, once again, its ability to learn from video. It can watch online tutorials on how to fold a shirt and then reliably execute the process on its own. If Optimus can complete the entire laundry cycle, from sorting to neatly folding and putting clothes away, then ultimately, it means freeing families from hours of tedious household work every single week. Although Elon Musk has not yet revealed exactly how Tesla Bot will generate income for its owner, he has repeatedly emphasized that Optimus has the potential to help people become wealthier through the useful work it can perform. Think of it this way. A single Optimus could move goods, serve in restaurants, make coffee, work as a bartender, and Tesla has already demonstrated this by deploying robots in real operations at Tesla Diner. This is the clearest proof that Optimus can truly become a money-making machine. If you buy one for around $50,000, the payback period could be as short as 2 to 3 years, a figure that makes this robot a genuinely attractive investment. Elon has also reiterated his ambitious vision. Optimus could eliminate poverty and deliver great health care to everyone. To him, this represents the greatest promise of technology, not just generating profit, but improving quality of life on a global scale. Musk has pointed out that the critical building blocks needed to create Optimus have already existed within Tesla's ecosystem for many years, which is why he has absolute confidence in turning the vision of a widely accessible humanoid robot into reality. Musk insists that Optimus is not merely a technological step forward, but the greatest product in human history, with the potential to surpass even the smartphone in terms of impact. He envisions that within a few decades, everyone on Earth will want their own robot, like R2-D2 or C-3PO from Star Wars, but far smarter, more useful, and vastly more human-friendly. Tesla's robots are not limited to household chores or carrying objects. They could become assistants in operating rooms, performing procedures that require a level of precision beyond the capabilities of any human surgeon. Optimus will surpass even the best surgeons, Musk said. He believes this type of robot could eliminate poverty and deliver high-quality healthcare to everyone. This represents Musk's boldest vision yet, technology that not only creates economic value, but also has the power to reshape the fate of the world. According to Musk, the production scale of the Tesla Bot could even surpass that of electric vehicles. For Optimus Gen 5 alone, Tesla is targeting production of up to 100 million units. And Musk's confidence is not unfounded. Most of the core materials and components required to build Optimus already exist within Tesla's massive factories, while the remaining parts are currently being negotiated with suppliers. Musk often compares Tesla's electric vehicles to fully realized robots on 4 wheels. They already possess large battery packs, motors, power electronics, gearboxes, connectivity systems, vision-based AI, custom processing chips, and the ability to operate as a coordinated fleet of autonomous robots. The Cybercab, Tesla's self-driving Robotaxi, is the clearest example. From this perspective, Musk argues that Tesla is already the world's largest robot manufacturer, and that Optimus is simply a conversion from wheels to arms and legs. However, Musk also acknowledges 3 major technical barriers that prevent most other companies from creating truly useful humanoid robots. Building sophisticated arms and hands, developing artificial intelligence capable of understanding and operating in the real world, and most critically, achieving mass production at an enormous scale. It is precisely because Tesla has overcome all 3 barriers that Optimus has become a dream the company is now turning into reality. Right now, most people still need to work to earn a living and meet their basic needs. But with the explosive growth of AI and robotics, that reality may change far sooner than we expect. Optimus Gen 3 is the strongest evidence of that shift. Imagine a future where you no longer drag yourself out of bed on a Sunday morning to clean the house, cook breakfast, or rush through chores. Optimus would quietly take care of everything while you simply enjoy your day. It sounds like something straight out of sci-fi. Yet, that's exactly the future Tesla Bot Gen 3 is designed to make real. A world where work is optional, and living well doesn't require constant effort just to survive. With the ability to perform over 3,000 tasks, from cooking and cleaning to assisting with caregiving, Tesla Bot Gen 3 is a genuine game-changer for busy families. Picture an Optimus helping take care of elderly relatives, monitoring vital signs, offering mobility support, assisting with personal hygiene, and providing basic health care. As modern societies struggle with rapidly aging populations and rising healthcare demands, a robot capable of reliable elder care could be transformative. But the influence of Optimus goes far beyond the household. In factories and industrial settings, Gen 3 could take on roles that require speed, precision, and endurance. Whether it's assembly, inspection, or material handling, the Tesla bot can step into tasks that are repetitive, physically demanding, or mentally exhausting for human workers. Musk has already stated that Tesla aims to integrate these robots deeply into its own production lines, beginning in the gigafactories, and eventually expanding outward to other industries. By doing so, Optimus Gen 3 will help raise productivity, cut labor costs, and significantly reduce the risk of workplace injuries. Jobs that are monotonous, dangerous, or highly repetitive, like operating heavy equipment or performing intricate assembly work, can be delegated to robots built specifically for such challenges. One of the most powerful advantages of Optimus in the industrial world is its ability to handle hazardous tasks that humans either cannot safely perform or should simply avoid. In short, Tesla Bot Gen 3 isn't just a household assistant, it's a blueprint for a future where humans are freed from both mundane chores and dangerous jobs, opening the door to a world where comfort, safety, and productivity are no longer limited by human labor. So, what do you think? Would you want to own a Tesla Bot Gen 3 someday? And does the idea of robots taking over human jobs worry you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. For years, the Tesla Semi was the most underrated vehicle in Tesla's entire product lineup. Low production volume, scarce information, and skepticism from the trucking industry led many to believe this electric truck was basically a throwaway project. But by 2025, this Class 8 truck has surprised even Elon Musk. Because the Tesla Semi isn't breaking the records of its competitors, it's breaking its own records. Before mass production ramps up next year, Tesla launched a series of bold tests with the Semi, including long-haul routes once considered impossible for electric trucks. The result? The Tesla Semi not only met Tesla's claims, but shattered its 3,000-mile real-world endurance test, proving stability, performance, and durability far beyond what Elon Musk expected. DHL, one of the newest customers to receive the Semi, ran strict 2-week trials and concluded that the truck is better than anything they imagined. PepsiCo and Saya drivers have said the same. They hope they can retire in this vehicle. The truth is, companies that originally planned to use the Semi only for short routes have been forced to rethink their strategies, because the truck now fully handles long-haul operations at far lower operating costs. And with more than 70% of freight trucks in the US traveling under 500 miles, the Tesla Semi is a near-perfect fit. Okay, but here's the thing. Its 2026 upgraded model is approaching fast, bringing improved aerodynamics, optimized weight, and sharply reduced production costs thanks to the new Giga Semi line. Elon even shocked everyone by claiming Tesla may be able to build around 200 trucks per day. So how did the Tesla Semi pull off a 3,000-mile test? How can Tesla manufacture 200 units a day? And will the 2026 version really bring major upgrades? Find out now. For years, the Tesla Semi has held a certain title, Tesla's #1 vehicle. But that's not a compliment. It's notorious for being the hardest to produce, the most expensive, and the most doubted. Yeah, #1 in negative reviews. People mocked it, ridiculed it, and even flat out declared it would never be capable of replacing diesel in long-haul trucking. But then reality began to change, not because of Tesla's words, not because of flashy promo videos, but because of real numbers coming from some of the largest transportation companies in the world. DHL, the global logistics giant, just received its first Tesla Semi. And the first thing they did wasn't a PR photo shoot or a safe little internal test drive. Instead, they immediately threw the truck onto a 390-mile long-haul route carrying a full 75,000-pound load. What shocked both their engineering team and the entire trucking industry was this. The Semi completed the entire trip on a single charge and still arrived with battery to spare. No one thought this was possible, but that wasn't even the most shocking part. Over a 2-week testing period, DHL ran a total of 3,000 miles with the Semi, averaging more than 50 miles per hour, and measured an energy consumption of just 1.72 kilowatt-hours per mile. Far better than the 2 to 2.2 kilowatt-hours per mile seen in most electric trucks today. Emphasizing the impressive results of the big rig, Jim Monkmeyer, President, Transportation, DHL Supply Chain North America, said, "Our pilot of the Tesla Semi exceeded expectations, proving its ability to efficiently haul a typical DHL freight over long distances on a single charge. DHL uses the Semi truck for about 100 miles of deliveries per day, even though it's fully capable of running 500 miles. DHL says the Semi only needs to be charged about once a week, and it's expected to reduce 50 tons of greenhouse gas emissions per year." The company plans to order more semi-trucks in 2026 when Tesla has larger production volume available. Previously, the Tesla Semi also received highly positive feedback from veteran truck drivers. Tom Sturba, a longtime driver at Saia, praised the Semi's technology as a major leap forward for the industry. He said the truck's navigation system is unbelievable, and he has no desire to go back to a diesel truck. He even hopes to retire while driving the Semi.
I do not want to go back to a gas truck. I'd like to retire in this vehicle, and as long as Saia keeps them around here, I will definitely retire in this vehicle.
There's an interesting fact that not many people know. Diesel trucks often arrive later than electric trucks in many cases, because EVs climb hills faster and maintain higher speeds. This was clearly demonstrated in Tesla Semi testing. It can climb 8 to 10% grades at 60 miles per hour. On a 1,000-mile trip, an electric truck can actually arrive up to 2 hours earlier. Of course, you do have to charge, which takes about 40 minutes to an hour, but you still arrive almost at the same time as a diesel truck, while paying far less per mile. And electric trucks can last 2 to 3 times longer than diesel trucks. Another veteran driver, Michael Davis, said he volunteered as soon as the Tesla Semi was introduced. He noted that the truck has not disappointed him, especially because it is incredibly powerful.
They asked me, "Hey, who wants to drive it?" Well, I was a senior driver. I said, "Yeah, I will drive it. I want to drive it. I want to drive something new." So I wanted to drive that Tesla truck, and it did not disappoint at all.
The Tesla Semi isn't just performing well, it's far exceeding Tesla's own claims. This may be the first time in Tesla's history that the company has actually underestimated one of its own products. And this is exactly why Elon Musk has officially designated the Semi as one of the 3 core products for 2026, alongside the Robotaxi and Optimus.
So we got 2 big products, or three massive products starting production next year. We got Optimus, we got Tesla Semi, and we got the Cybercab.
The crazy part is, over the past few years, Elon Musk has barely talked about the Tesla Semi. Not because it was canceled or anything, but for 3 main reasons. First, every Semi on the road right now is basically a prototype used for real-world data. Second, Tesla never had a dedicated factory for it. And third, the Semi still doesn't have FSD, which Musk considers the real revolution for the trucking industry. But that's all changed now. Tesla has finished building a brand new factory in northern Nevada, pretty much a true Semi-gigafactory. Before this, the Semi was almost hand-built. Now, it's moving on to a fully automated production line. And here's the big leap. Starting in 2026, Tesla is aiming to produce 50,000 semi-trucks a year. You know, that's 4,166 a month, 960 a week, and roughly 192 trucks every single day. Yeah, we know, those numbers sound wild, especially considering fewer than 500 semis exist today. But this isn't unrealistic anymore. Tesla has solved every major bottleneck. They now have the factory capacity, the battery supply, and a more efficient design. So, honestly, 50,000 a year is absolutely doable. And that number puts Tesla right on the doorstep of the big players. Take Peterbilt, for example. They build around 60,000 heavy-duty trucks a year. But they don't have a single electric truck that comes close to the Semi in engineering or performance. But here's the part that really matters. The semis coming out of this new factory won't be prototypes anymore. These will be the real full production units, not the test trucks DHL and Pepsi have been running. And according to the leaks we've seen, Tesla has been gearing up for this moment with a complete design overhaul for the 2026 version. From the images Tesla released, the 2026 Semi gets a totally new front end with a cleaner, modern light bar, a simpler bumper that's easier to repair, a smoother, more rounded cab roof, and a shorter windshield. Because let's be honest, that rear glass on the 2017 model never served a real purpose. All these changes bring the drag coefficient down to around 0.33, which is actually better than the already impressive 0.36. And even a tiny improvement of 0.03 in drag can boost energy efficiency by 5 to 8% and give the truck dozens of extra miles per charge. On top of that, the chassis is more optimized, and the Semi's base weight drops below 23,000 pounds, which improves payload and range. And when it's time to charge, it'll support 1.2 megawatt ultra-fast charging, using Tesla's high-power charging hardware to hit those speeds. When it comes to the battery, Tesla's going with a two-track strategy. The long-range Semi will use 4680 cells, the high-density tabless design that keeps power stable even when the truck is pulling heavy loads at highway speeds. The shorter-range version will use LFP cells, which are ultra-durable, about 40% cheaper, and perfect for city routes or delivery runs in the 100 to 200-mile range. For companies that only need short-distance operations, that lower-range Semi is expected to come in at around $160,000. But the most important upgrade isn't the battery, it's FSD. Tesla has added a brand new camera location right above the front wheel arch, a pretty clear sign that the Semi is being optimized to become a fully autonomous, heavy truck. And if FSD really makes it onto the Semi, this changes everything. The truck could operate almost 24/7, stopping only for a 30 to 40-minute megacharger session. That means dramatically lower labor costs, much faster delivery cycles, and a major drop in accidents caused by fatigue or distraction.
I think ultimately we'll make over millions probably, of the Tesla Semi. This is really going to be something that you'll see all over the place, and it'll also be autonomous, or have the ability to go autonomous down the road.
There's one thing we all know. The Tesla Semi is not a cheap truck. Current reports suggest that the 500-mile version could land around $200,000. Elon hasn't confirmed that number, but he hasn't denied it either, because Class 8 electric trucks are always more expensive than traditional diesel ones. Yeah, a report from the American Transportation Research Institute shows that an average Class 8 diesel truck costs about $180,000, while an equivalent electric truck can climb past $400,000. But the story starts to shift once you look at operating costs and the long-term savings electric trucks bring. Businesses are always hunting for ways to reduce fuel expenses, cut maintenance costs, and widen their margins. And Tesla says refueling a Semi costs about half as much as filling up a diesel truck. The savings can reach up to $150,000 within just the first 3 years, an amount that would catch the attention of any fleet owner. With operating costs at around 30 cents per mile, a 6.5-mile trip only costs about $3.30. Meanwhile, a diesel truck would burn at least 1 gallon of fuel for the same distance, and at $3.66 per gallon, diesel is clearly the more expensive option. And that's just the fuel. The difference in maintenance costs between diesel trucks and electric trucks is even bigger. A diesel engine is basically a mechanical maze, hundreds of moving parts like pistons, valves, camshafts, all of which wear down over time and need to be replaced, cleaned, or serviced regularly. Diesel trucks require constant oil changes, fuel filter replacements, transmission servicing, and drivetrain maintenance. Electric trucks, on the other hand, are like going from analog to digital, much simpler. No oil changes, far fewer wear-prone parts. And thanks to regenerative braking, brake pads barely wear down compared to diesel trucks, saving even more money. According to multiple studies, maintenance costs for an electric truck are 40 to 60% lower than for diesel. On average, diesel fleets spend between $20,000 and $30,000 per year just on maintenance, while electric trucks typically cost only $8,000 to $15,000. So even though the upfront cost of an electric truck is higher, once you add up all the savings from fuel, maintenance, and increased uptime with less time spent in the shop, it's clearly a smart investment, especially for businesses looking to reduce long-term costs and keep their fleets running as efficiently as possible. the Tesla Semi is revolutionizing the trucking industry with its regenerative braking system, which recovers almost all the energy used when descending slopes. This feature not only extends the vehicle's range, but also significantly conserves energy, making long-haul trips much more efficient. In fact, the amount of energy recovered can nearly match what's consumed during regular driving, offering immense benefits for businesses looking to cut costs on long-distance routes. When businesses realize that a truck can save fuel, be easier to drive, offer better acceleration, and come with lower operating costs and higher profitability, the idea of returning to diesel trucks will simply no longer make sense. This may sound extraordinary, but the Tesla Semi has already proven it in real-world applications. PepsiCo drivers who've had the chance to operate the Tesla Semi confirm that after driving this electric rig, they simply don't want to drive any other truck. It's not just the power and performance, they cite the quiet, smooth ride that sets the Tesla Semi apart from traditional diesel trucks. The absence of engine noise creates a driving experience that feels completely unique. Moreover, the reduced stress and fatigue make for a more comfortable, enjoyable workday, leading many drivers to say they'd stay in their role just to keep driving the Tesla Semi every day. The experience is always in a class of its own. Elon Musk has already confirmed that the Tesla Semi will be rolled out globally. However, global expansion won't be without its challenges. For example, in Australia, a promising market for electric trucks, the current truck size regulations are a barrier preventing the Tesla Semi's approval. While efforts to amend these laws are already underway, it will take time before the Semi can operate there at full scale. For instance, the truck exceeds the maximum legal width, measuring 8.5 feet compared to the 8.37 feet limit typically allowed in most European countries. On top of this, European markets tend to favor cab-over designs, which are more compact and allow for maximized cargo space. However, the Tesla Semi uses a more traditional long-nose, conventional design, which is more common in American trucks. To make the Semi compatible with European standards, Tesla may need to make design adjustments that accommodate both the regulatory requirements and the practical needs of European freight operators. In addition to the size issue, the center driving position of the Semi could present another challenge in the European market. While American trucks typically use this configuration, in Europe, the norm is to have the driver seated on one side of the cabin. This offset layout is designed to optimize cabin space, improve forward visibility, and provide better maneuverability when reversing or parking near the curb. For the Tesla Semi to better align with European preferences, Tesla may need to move the driver's seat to the left side of the cabin. Additionally, sleeper cabins are a standard feature for long-haul trucks in Europe, so it's likely that a version of the Semi with a sleeper compartment will be necessary to meet market expectations. Ultimately, these design and regulatory changes could require significant modifications to the Tesla Semi for it to be truly viable in the European market. But given Tesla's track record of overcoming challenges, it's likely the company will adapt its flagship electric truck to meet the diverse needs of global freight operators. As we all know, Tesla's service presence in Europe is still quite limited, especially when compared to the well-established service networks of major European commercial vehicle manufacturers, who can provide immediate support to fleet customers. Tesla's network just doesn't have the same extensive reach yet. Meanwhile, Europe's electric truck market is expanding rapidly and getting more competitive by the day, with heavyweights like Volvo's FH Electric, Mercedes-Benz's e-Actros 600, and others already making strong moves in the space. Volvo, in particular, has positioned itself as a leader, with around 3,000 electric trucks already operating across Europe. This puts Tesla in a tricky spot. It's not just about the challenge of a limited service network, it's about going up against well-established giants who already have a solid foothold in the market. Plus, many critics point out that Tesla's image in Europe isn't exactly glowing, with ongoing disruptions at Giga Berlin serving as a reminder that the company still has a long way to go before it can truly win over the European market. For Tesla, bringing the Tesla Semi to Europe is a move that should be carefully weighed. While it holds significant potential, it's also loaded with obstacles. On the plus side, the Semi still has the edge in areas where other electric trucks in Europe fall short. No other truck offers 500 miles of range and an energy efficiency of 1.7 kilowatt-hours per mile, like the Semi. For context, the Volvo FH Electric tops out at just 373 miles, and the Mercedes e-Actros 600 barely manages 311 miles. Plus, full self-driving could take the Semi to a whole new level, alleviating stress for drivers and offering a potential solution to Europe's ongoing labor shortage in the transport sector. But before the Semi can make its mark beyond North America, Tesla faces major hurdles. Not only must it navigate design and regulatory challenges, but it also needs to establish a robust service network and the necessary supporting infrastructure across Europe. Without those, even the impressive capabilities of the Semi may not be enough to secure its place in the competitive European market. Okay, so what do you think is the biggest advantage of the Tesla Semi over traditional diesel trucks? How do you feel about full self-driving feature in revolutionizing long-haul trucking? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching.